put this on because I discovered that you can see my body if I lift my arms. Okay, so I put this on this morning because this morning, well, number one is Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, and I say Happy Mother's Day to fathers, mothers, sisters, aunts, teachers, people who are biological mothers and who aren't. And gender not necessarily states that either. So I say Happy Mother's Day to everyone because it takes a nurturing spirit, right? To be able to take people into your life and want the best for them and to give to them the best that you can give. So last night we did Women in Jazz, and needless to say, I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning. All right, so I need to bring this over a little bit. Yeah, because I'm not in my usual off-the-cuff state. We're talking about me and my yeah, that'll be perfect. We're talking about me and my shadow. Thank you so much, Pete. Me and my shadow. And to tell you the truth, the shadow concept has always been so dark to me. I really would not rather deal with it. So I always interpret things. I'm a jazz singer, right? So you interpret through life, you improvise, and you do it the way you think. It's best. And the way I feel about the shadows, it's not so much the spirits or the lurking shadows that are around you that are trying to jump into you or around or in you. And that's true stuff. I'm not saying it isn't. But in my belief system, I'd rather think of those lurking shadows of thoughts, perceptions, concepts, belief systems that were handed down to you by family members, by mommies, by, your traditions and things of that nature. Those kind of shadows are the ones that, to me, happen more often than these other type of shadows, or people are more aware of them than the others. So I was thinking about, well, does that make sense for me to share that, perception? And so I Googled it. And there's a whole lot of people felt the same way I did. And so it was really cool. And so I'd like to start off with first bringing some love into the room with a song that is the shadow that always, the heart shadow that kind of hangs out when your loved one is no longer with you. Someone that you miss. And this song is a song I wrote for my mom, who's no longer with us in this physical world. And just bring some love here. Ooh. Never, ever, ever thought the day would come and you would go away, and I'd never see you again. But now that time has come, and I feel like the lonely one, but I know your love will never end. I can't explain this love I'm feeling, but my heart is open wide. This is all so overflowing, and I'm ready for the ride. 'cause I trust this love I'm feeling, 'cause it makes me wanna sing. Yes. There's no time for explaining, no reason to stop. I gotta keep this groove moving. I'll squeeze it till it pops, 'cause I trust this love I'm feeling, 'cause it makes me wanna sing. It's a love so good it makes me wanna sing. Love so good it makes me wanna sing. Love so good it makes me wanna sing. This love gives me everything I need. You see, nothing can be wrong with the love so understanding and a spirit that's so strong. I trust this love I'm feeling, 'cause it makes me wanna sing. Love so good, it makes me wanna sing. Love so good, it makes me wanna sing. Love so good, you know it makes me wanna sing, sing, sing. Never, ever, ever thought the day would come and you would go away, and I'd never see you again. But may we always know that they're always in our hearts, and they're always with us, and they are always there with the things they said. I was singing a song last night called Grandma's Hands, and I don't think I'll know if I can do it today, but it was like, you know, that song has such a good vibe about what a grandma is, and then so I changed it to talk about the way my grandma was. And she was different. You know, Grandma's Hands was like a really good song. So, like, it goes something like this. So I'm gonna just try it. Grandma's hands clapped her hands on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands, well, she did something where tambourine well. Grandma's hands, she said, Pippi, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes up in that grass. Grandma's hands, right? That kind of vibe. And I was saying that my grandma would say, girl, what is wrong with you? Get yourself together. Stand up straight. Don't you know that if you stare too long, you'll get cross-eyed? You know, why don't you eat? You got to save the children in China. Why don't you eat all your food? You know, I mean, it's like crazy stuff you come up with, and that's what I'm talking about. Conceptual shadows that are in your mind that actually tell you things that really aren't true, or not real, or maybe not necessary. Maybe it doesn't apply to you. maybe it applied to them. So I always think about this when I think about those things that were told to us that we maintain, and they kind of lurk in the back of our minds and have those kind of perceptions and those kind of attitudes. And that's a story about the woman that was making a pot roast, and she was in the kitchen with her daughter, and her daughter says, "Mom, why do you cut the end off the pot roast?" And so then the mother said, "I don't know, let me call Grandma and find out." So she called her mother, and her mother said, "Well, I don't know, let me call my mom and find out." And so her mother says, because they always did it. And the great-grandmother said, "Oh, because our pot was too small and we couldn't put it." And so really a tradition was being passed down for no reason. Because obviously they had a bigger pot, a bigger, pan to cook in. And that's the kind of thing that happens to us with these shadows and concepts in our mind, And what's really unique about that is that we never question ourselves. I went through a real clearing about 5 years ago where I would actually think something, be ready to act on it, and I would say, "Wait a minute, who said that? Who told me that? Why do I believe that? Where did that come from?" And so I started practicing that, just saying to myself, who said that? Why am I doing that? Who said that? That's some serious stuff. You start asking yourself that question, a whole lot of things start to change. Because you'll find out that somebody said that to you and you believed it. One of which, when I was growing up, was you talk too much. And it was because I asked a lot of questions. And so then I would hear from the adults, "Oh, girls, sit down, you talk too much." They didn't say you asked too many questions. They just said I talk too much. So I used to really, be very careful about what I was saying because I didn't want to talk too much. But I wasn't talking too much. I was asking questions, which one of them was, why did Jesus Christ why did he raise up on Easter Sunday, and how come we have bunny rabbits and eggs? And I was told to shut up because I talk too much. And then when I asked my grandmother, "Well, how can I save the children in China if I eat all my food? How are we going to do that?" And she would say, "Shut up, girl. You talk too much." So, I was asking questions and they were telling me to be quiet. And so what other things do we have that are said to us that were put upon us? What about our beliefs and our religious beliefs and how they frame us? Telling us that it's not right to be gay. Who said that? Somebody said that? Or is that somebody's thoughts that said that? Did God say that? Well, then how come he made people that were gay? So I'm just saying, sounds like rudimentary to me. You don't like them, don't make them. So. It's not, what's the whole situation about? So if you really think about it, if you really ask yourselves, who said that? Then you start really thinking a little bit more realistic and a lot less automatic. And automatic is, well, it was good enough for my mother and it's good enough for me. Or it's good enough for me, so it's good enough for you. I have two amazing daughters, but I have my baby girl. She is quick, fast, knows how to do things quickly, thinks fast on her feet, very intense about how she perceives things, and I love it. I wouldn't want to wrangle in that energy worth anything. I love who she is, and I'm not like that, but I adore who she is because she is who she is, and I just want to see more of it, and I'm always like rooting it on. Yeah, be that way. Girl, you something else. I like that. No, I really appreciate that. You are you. And if we do more of that, then we'd have less shadows, less perception shadows, So now, here we go. In this one place, this is song right here is surely will give us a perception shadow. For some, it gives us a perception shadow of summer, warmth. And for some of us, it brings up a perception of slavery and hate. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings and reach out to the sky. But until that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you. With your mammy and your daddy staying by. Ladies and gentlemen, Jo Schad. So beautiful, Joe. So you can have a perception, and a lot of people's perception about that song is very beautiful and great jazz standard, and it's just gorgeous. But every time someone white sings it and says mammy, and he talk about the cotton, it freaks me out. And I mean, I wasn't there picking no cotton or nothing. I mean, I'm just like, just like sends a little flare. You know what I'm saying, inside of me, and then I have to pull myself back with that, come on back off of that, because that's not because it's not real. Because it's actually a beautiful song, but perception and shadows of perceptions and thoughts linger in our minds, and they're passed down to us through all kinds of things, schools, religion, parents, family, the family rules, like when somebody does something wrong and then someone says, if we were back home, me and my cousins would be all over that. Because you know how you do. Because that's family. And it's not necessarily right, and it sure isn't probably the best thing to do, but you have those things that you carry as this is the way we do this. And that's not necessarily the best way. So anyway, this song that I want to sing now, we didn't talk about, but if you hear this song really is just a beautiful song by the Beatles. And I loved it so much. I just always sung the song. So one night in the studio when I was recording, it was a long night of not recording, but actually they were doing, fixing and stuff and mixing and all that. And I was just laying on the couch in the studio, and then I picked up this Rolling Stone magazine, and it was a dedication to the Beatles. And I found out that this song had a very, very, very deep meaning. And no wonder it was so important to me, because this song is called Blackbird, and it was written by the Beatles because they were so impressed by the African American women during the Civil Rights Movement. And in their country, they call women birds. And so they called this song Blackbird. And that's why it was so real to me. And then I knew, and I felt that vibration. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. The vibrations of thoughts that kind of linger with us too. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Yeah. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes so you can see all your life you were only this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the great dark night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Yeah, so energy. So here I was impacted by this song, not knowing why it was created, and it had this energy that was attached to it that made so much sense once I found out. So that's why it's so important to find out, what is this about? If you're feeling something, check into it. Don't just be okay with it. If you've got a thought that you're dealing with that puts you on automatic, ask why. Where did that come from? It can solve a lot of issues. It can get rid of a lot of shadows. It can just dissolve a lot of perceptions. It will totally remove from your life things that have been hanging that you didn't even know anything about. It really is a powerful place that we can take control of our energy. And you know, we have this mass energy vibration that goes around and puts us into modes of thought. You know, I'm a political junkie. You all might not have known that about me, but yeah. So anyway, so I'm into that. And so what happens is that, you know, I watch the pundits, you know, ask questions, and, you know, they even ask people, you know, polling questions, and the questions are leading, and people respond according to the lead, not according to what they think. You know what I'm saying? And I've watched, you know, panels of people that are speaking, and then their changes, I mean, they change their attitude. You can hear them start speaking one way, and then somebody else says something, and they move into a different direction. We are not thinking about who we are and what we are feeling. We're not being in touch with ourselves because we are allowing these shadows of interpretation and ideals and old thoughts to generate our direction. And so the freedom of not falling in that space is, without being flaky, think. Ask questions of your own self, not so much of other people, as much as you asked of yourself, because you'll find that there's so many people that have come into your life that have dropped an idea in your head, and you take it as yours. I mean, I was watching Dr. Oz, and this doctor comes on. I remember when they said the most important meal of the day is breakfast. You gotta have breakfast. I mean, if you don't eat breakfast, that's not good. And I used to try to do that because, because your body will start starving and it will start going in starvation mode, and then you're going to hold fat, and then it's going to be like, ooh, so you better eat breakfast in the morning. And I was trying to do it, and I was just getting bigger and bigger because all I wanted to do was eat more when I started that in the morning. And then this doctor comes on, he's a scientist as well, and he says, that was a big lie. And actually, you're not supposed to be eating breakfast. You're supposed to break the fast. And he was saying you break the fast in 12 hours. So if you sleep for 8, then you wait for 4, and then you break the fast and eat. And your body can burn the fat better that way. And so I was like, all right. They said that I should eat breakfast. That didn't work. Now he's saying I don't have to eat breakfast because he's proven it scientifically. But I thought for sure that those other guys proved that scientifically too. So, okay. Oh, I know how to deal with this. I got to do it the way it works for me. You know what I'm saying? I have to answer to my body and where I'm coming from and what's happening with me, because I'm on a different rhythm than anybody else. So why should I listen to anybody, actually? I could just say to him, yeah, you're right, because that's the way it is for me. But there's other people that have to have breakfast in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So nothing is complete, and you have to answer to your own self. So I think that's pretty darn interesting, because that other thing that they were talking about, how bad coffee is for you, and then next thing I know, coffee is so good for you. I was like, would you all make up your mind? I can't drink wine, but now you better drink wine? I can't go on the mass concepts, because the mass concepts will always lead me down a road of switching back and forth. And those are the shadows that lurk in your mind. Have you ever said this? They said this. Who the heck are they? Who are those people that say those things that we repeat? And that's my point. Me and my shadow is about me and all the groups of people that have come in my life, that have dropped ideas, thoughts, traditions, energies, and what has happened. It has made me who I am. But at a certain stage, you have to decide to make your own self. And to me, that is getting beyond the shadow. So I would like to sing this song for you all now. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Mm-hmm. I love it. Because when you live this life, it's all about you living this life, having no complaints and no regrets, just being who you are. You regret things because other people basically have told you you shoulda. That wasn't so good. Maybe you could have. By this time, there's no way. I don't believe that. No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. And I have learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you got. my share, I drank my fill. And even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond that hill and do it all again. So here's to life and all the joy it brings. Yes. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time just flies when love can turn from warm hellos to sad goodbyes and leave you with the memories you memorized to keep your winters warm. There's no yes to yesterdays, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. But as long as I am in this game, I'm gonna play for laughs, for love, for life. I'm telling you, because here's to life and all the joy it brings. Here's to life, oh yes, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your good gets better. And may you break the shadows that hold you captive forever. Here's to life. Here's to love. And here's to you. May all your storms be weathered and all your good gets better. Here's to life. Here's to love. And here's to you. Thank you so much. So I hope today that you asked yourself the questions, who said that? Where did that come from? Do I really believe that? And ask questions about traditions that have been passed down. It could be as simple as the pot was too small. And wonder about who you really are if you were to break those shadows, those concepts, those ideas? I'm one of those people that I don't do well planning. And even though I produce shows, it's always right off the cuff. And all my life, I was told that I needed to plan, prepare, get things together, make sure you have it all straightened out. I plan as little as possible by getting the people that will work with me, by picking a date. But the actual thing to do is never what I know, as in today. I had no idea what I was going to say, what I was going to sing, what we were going to do. But it always works out, because I found out for me, being my divine self, my true self, and trusting that the Spirit will lead me is the one big shadow that I was allowed to let go of thinking that I had to plan. And I'm true to myself to know I do a lot better differently. Find out who you are and have a happy Mother's Day. Thank you, everybody. For Jo Schad. Jo, I see we've got about 10 more minutes. You want to play and sing something? I would think that would be really nice for people to hear. Okay, let's give him a big round of applause.
Many rivers to cross, and I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering I am lost as I travel alone the white cliffs of Dover. Many rivers to cross, and it's only my will that keeps me alive. And I've been ripped and pushed down for years, and I'm merely survive because of my pride. And this loneliness won't leave me alone. It's such a drag to be on your own. All my love has left me, and I don't know why. Well, I guess I'll cry. Many rivers to cross, but just where to begin is a play for time. There are times when I find myself thinking of committing some dreadful crime. Many rivers, many rivers, many rivers to cross. But you know, maybe someday, not maybe, But someday, someday, maybe today, we'll find a way, we'll find a way, we'll find a way. Through these many rivers, these many rivers, these many, many rivers.